Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. Zooming in on how to create some questions for yourself that can get you to open up, to really help you move beyond that inner critic, that inner toxic voice, the voice that's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, essentially that you don't deserve. It's been studied in many of the David Hawkins books. He looks at muscle testing, and he looks at how different words resonate within our body. And one of the most powerful words in the human language that gives us the greatest internal strength is deserve. So I deserve is a more powerful statement than I need. And this correlates in what they call muscle testing, where if you were to press down on your arm, the strength at which I need would resonate would be much different or weaker than I deserve. Deserve is really, it's a sense that because I am the person that I am, because all that I am in my heart, this is what I deserve. And the other most powerful statement that we have really is the I am. The I am, which resonates and creates in the core of our being, which is in the solar plexus, which is really right in the space below your rib cage. That is the seat, that is the location, that is the locus of your personal power and also your self-esteem. So that, when you say I am, that is what we call resonating or emanating from the solar plexus. So it's bypassing the intellect, it's bypassing really that analytical, critical mind, and it's becoming at the true, authentic part of ourselves. And I find that many people who have been traumatized by narcissist and psychopathic individuals in their life and have served as supply, who have been abused emotionally especially, as well as physical abuse from other situations like alcoholism, families of drug abuse, things of this nature, really are extremely depersonalized and at a loss of identity, at a loss of their personal power, and a loss of their self-esteem. So it's very important in my work to develop and create the tools for my viewership, and really what I have synthesized from my work and study for the number of years, beginning really for me in high school and then through my college and into my master's, is that you need to have some tools that are going to help you work through this sort of hideous abuse. And I oftentimes find that the depersonalization, the feeling of low self-esteem, the lack of internal awareness, really almost a personality, if you will. A lot of people express to me that they don't really know what they want. They don't exactly know where they belong. They don't really know who their authentic self is. They don't know what's really genuine or real for them, because they've been so brainwashed, so gaslighted, and such a codependent situation that they feel that they're so out of touch with their own feelings, which sounds strange, but it's extremely true. Especially, if you've been in this situation a very long time, this creates a very exhausted and depressed and anxious self. So we need to really recover that true, authentic self, and we need to get that to emerge from beyond the toxic voices in the head, the people who have mirrored the lies back to us. You're not good enough. You're not worthy. You should be an underdog. It's too expensive. Someone like you can't do things like this. Someone from this neighborhood doesn't do that. You don't have a father, so you can't ever become this. You don't have a mother. All the toxic voices, all what I call the toxic mirroring that has been communicated us through words, through physical behaviors, through hostility, through even the covert, unspoken messages that are oftentimes felt, which are just as insidious, if not more so, than the verbal words, because it's the ignoring and the neglecting and the disrespect of that authentic self, which tends to really be so crippling of people in their communication and really into knowing and living their life purpose and their destiny. So I want you to really understand that this group, these toxic people in your life, maybe it's one, maybe it's several, these negative messages that you have received from them are a lie. They're telling you falsehoods, lies, meant to keep you down, meant to keep you under their power and under their control. So this negative mirroring was meant to serve them and not you. So it's very important to understand that you have to cleanse yourself. You have to get these negative, number one, these negative people out of your environment, or learn the tools for dealing with them successfully so you're not further wounded. But you need to get these toxic voices out of your head, because they're basically creating a false identity for you, a false mindset. They're creating a low self-esteem. They're creating depression. They're creating anxiety. They're creating self-doubt. And that is no way to function. That's no way to live. So really, it's a journey into here is to recover that authentic self and to bypass that old blueprint, that old identity, those messages that were a lie to you about that you're not good enough and you should be so ashamed. All the various situations that created that whole really sort of false identity within you. It's time to emerge beyond that and really let that go. And really try to understand that there's an authentic you that needs to be acknowledged, accepted, and applauded. And to do this, I want you to begin to ask yourself some questions that can help you release and acknowledge and approve of and really applaud that inner self. And the questions you can ask, and Dr. Joe Dispenza does something similar to this, but he might say, what would it feel like to be loved? What would it feel like to be accepted? What would it feel like to live without fear? So he asks those questions, what would it feel like? And so, you can also ask, what would it look like? Oftentimes I feel for the people who have been abused through narcissistic and psychopathic individuals, you need to really ask some additional type of questions. In other words, if there weren't so much toxic chaos in my life, I would really love to be doing ... XYZ. If I didn't have all the conflicts and the chaos and the abusers in my life, I would probably be doing ... If there weren't so many barriers created for me by these other people, I know I would definitely be doing ... These are the type of questions that I want you to begin to really even just get a little feel for, that can help open you up and really help you get to know the true self. What truly makes me happy is, what I truly love about life is, what's truly valuable and meaningful to me is. These are the type of questions where you begin to own these, and it's not the codependent, the people pleasers, perhaps all the wrong lessons and wrong messages that these people gave you about yourself, but also about life. Because I find that the codependent and those abused by, that have become in a situation of codependence or have been abused by narcissistic spouses or, family members or even psychopathic family members, they're out of touch with their own values because they've had to so adapt by people pleasing these other people to prevent their, to prevent their rage from erupting. So begin to think about these and really try to work on these in your recovery journal. I think it'll really help you get some results and then begin acting on those so you can better direct and be empowered of your own life and not satisfying an abuser and being strictly a source of supply. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.